All right, let's dive right into this explainer. Today, we're going to bridge that massive gap between what people on the internet are calling cool tech and tangible, undeniable business value. We hear about artificial intelligence constantly, right? And it is incredibly easy to get totally lost in the noise. But today, we're stripping away all the buzzwords. Instead, we're going to look at 5 specific AI agents that literally work while you sleep. Think of them as your 24/7 digital workforce, quietly transforming how efficient businesses operate day and night without ever once asking for a coffee break.
So, we're skipping the usual agenda today to jump straight into a massive reality check from our sources. Look, there is a whole lot of hype out there about selling AI automations, and frankly, a lot of self-proclaimed gurus are painting a very incomplete picture. The hard truth is blunt. Business owners do not buy AI just because it sounds fancy or futuristic or fun to play with. If an automated system doesn't directly increase revenue or decrease costs, it's fundamentally useless to a business, and it simply will not sell.
And this brings us to a prevailing myth in the automation space that trips up a lot of eager developers. The myth is that you can just install a simple, basic AI agent, put a nice little bow on it, and easily sell it to a small business for $3,000. People honestly think the technology itself commands that premium price tag just because it's brand new and everyone's talking about it online.
But here's the absolute, pragmatic truth that completely shatters that myth. A $3,000 AI agent only makes sense and will only ever be purchased by a smart business owner if it predictably generates $4,000 to $6,000 in direct, measurable return for the client. The investment has to pay for itself, and then some. It isn't magic, It's just a strict numbers game. If you're asking a business to part with their hard-earned capital, you absolutely must prove the financial upside. So here is the foundational rule of business AI, the lens through which we need to view all the tools in this explainer today. It has to do one of two things. It either has to increase revenue by providing better, faster service to capture new customers, or it has to decrease costs by drastically boosting efficiency and cutting out tedious manual labor. If you aren't hitting one of those two targets, well, you're just building a toy. Section 1. Automating customer interactions. With our rigorous ROI-focused mindset firmly in place, let's look at the first definitive way to actually put this tech to work. Meet agent number 1, the 24/7 customer reply agent. Picture this. Someone messages a business at 2 a.m. asking about pricing. Usually, they get crickets. They just have to wait until 9 a.m. for a human to clock in. But this agent doesn't need sleep. It instantly reads that incoming message, understands exactly what they need, and answers the question in your brand's specific tone of voice, right in that exact moment. And this is literally how you stop bleeding leads in the middle of the night, by providing instant, automated replies across all your major platforms. We're talking WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, your main website. You instantly capture inquiries that used to just get impatient and bounce away to a competitor. And incredibly, this agent can juggle hundreds of these conversations simultaneously. No human support team can do that. Section 2. Qualifying and booking leads. Let's see how this builds into actually managing and structuring all that inbound interest you've just generated. Because, as any seasoned business owner knows, not every lead is a good lead, right? Some are just tire kickers, and dealing with them is incredibly draining. The lead qualifier agent steps in right after that initial contact. It politely asks smart follow-up questions to check a prospect's budget, their timeline. Actually, it basically figures out who's a serious buyer and who's just window shopping, all without you lifting a finger. If you're a real estate agent, a coach, or a consultant, your time is your absolute most valuable resource. With this agent, instead of waking up to 50 random, unvetted messages that you have to manually dig through, you wake up to a prioritized, perfectly sorted dashboard. By automatically categorizing leads into hot, warm, and cold, you can focus your human energy exactly where it's going to generate revenue today. Okay, so once a lead is flagged as highly qualified, the absolute last thing we want is to lose momentum. That's exactly where Agent 3, the appointment booking agent, seamlessly steps in to lock down a meeting on your calendar before that prospect gets distracted. This 3-step workflow is an absolute game changer. It completely kills that exhausting back-and-forth text tennis you play trying to find a mutual meeting time. Once interest is there in step 1, the AI jumps to step 2, cross-referencing your real-time calendar, offering open slots, and locking it in. Then step 3, it handles all the follow-up reminders. You literally do nothing but show up and close the deal. And get this, it doesn't just book the meeting. It makes sure the meeting actually happens. By automatically firing off perfectly timed reminders, businesses using this exact setup have seen their no-show rates slashed by almost 50%. Empty time slots are completely devastating for a service business, so cutting no-shows in half, that is an immediate injection of recovered revenue.
Section 3. The hidden sales multiplier. Now we arrive at what our sources consider the highly underrated absolute secret weapon of business automation. Here's the harsh reality of sales. Most leads require 5, 7, maybe even 10 touch points before they actually pull out their credit card. But because tracking that manually is so emotionally and logistically exhausting, most businesses just skip it. They give up after touch point 2. That is, until they install the follow-up agent. Instead of giving up, this agent persistently and politely just keeps working over days or even weeks. On day 1, it sends a personalized message. By day 3, it's checking in again. By day 7, it's still consistently reaching out, exactly when it should. And it doesn't stop until the prospect books, buys, or says no thanks. This automated persistence easily saves business owners upwards of 15 hours a week in tedious grunt work. So the crucial point here is that this single agent alone, just by doing the boring follow-up work that humans genuinely hate doing, can recover 20 to 30% more sales that would have otherwise just gone cold and been forgotten forever. Going back to our foundational rule of business AI, this is a massive, immediate driver of increased revenue. Section 4, Automated Daily Business Reports. Finally, let's look at the 5th agent in our 24/7 digital workforce. Now, this one is completely unique because it doesn't talk to your customers at all. It talks directly to you. Think about your typical morning routine as a business owner. Usually, you're digging through multiple inboxes, opening 6 different software tabs, staring at complex spreadsheets just to figure out what happened yesterday. It's totally chaotic. Instead of all that, the daily report agent quietly compiles absolutely everything you need to know in exactly 60 seconds. It shoots a clean, super simple grid right to your phone. You can instantly visualize your business's health while you're just sitting there having your morning coffee. You know exactly how many leads came in, exactly how many calls were booked, and crucially, you know the exact 1 or 2 places where your human attention is actually needed today. It cuts out all the operational noise. Now, I know hearing all of this might make you feel a bit overwhelmed, but our sources stress that you absolutely do not need to build all 5 of these agents at once. In fact, if you want the fastest ROI, they highly recommend starting with just one, either the customer reply agent to capture those lost nighttime leads, or the follow-up agent to immediately start recovering that 20 to 30% of lost revenue. Keeping that foundational, non-negotiable profit rule in mind, I want to leave you with this to think about. Look closely at your own daily workflows. Which of these 24/7 digital workers is going to dramatically transform your business, increase your revenue, or cut your costs all while you sleep? The tech is here, and honestly, your competitors might already be setting theirs up. The only question left is, how are you going to apply it?